From the Watergate Building in Washington, this is Hotline TV. Now here are Hotline editors Chuck Todd and John Mercurio.
It's Hotline TV. I'm John Mercurio.
Is it closing? Is it momentum? Is it undecided? Is it deciding? We're seeing all sorts of last-minute polling showing tight races, big swings, and some pretty bizarre results.
Big swings.
John, what's going on in these samples, and what is the margin of your era?
I have absolutely no error. I have zero margin of error. Look, we're getting to the point, I think, where you almost have to ignore most of the polling that's going on out there.
Closing my eyes.
Except on Hotline TV, where we live it. No, I mean, I think, honestly, there's tracking polling that's going on that's showing a lot of movement in different Senate races. There's no real benefit, though, to spending that much time focusing on it. When really at this, the only reason for polling, I think, during the earlier part of a race is to talk about how the race is shaping up in terms of recruiting,
message
and also
management,
in terms of
you want to look at, see what messages are
fundraising.
working and stuff like that. I think this late, you're trying to see what do you want your closing message to be? What's breaking through? I mean, I think a lot of times campaigns want to find out if a certain message is getting through to the public. They get these open-ended verbatims, they call them, and where you say, okay, have you heard anything positive or negative about gym talent in the last 24 hours? If so, what was it? Just to see what is the conversation. Because you might say, do I need to close on stem cell? Do I need to close on Iraq? Do I need to close on being a Republican? Do I need to close on bio? I think that there is some reason why they do it.
Sure.
But you just want to be careful is I think things are going to swing wildly right now. And I think we're going to see some things where Republicans have taken a long time to come home. They've been sitting undecided a very long time.
So if things swing wildly, though, are you saying that there's even a possibility that Republicans could hold on to the House and the Senate?
Oh, I think that's a possibility.
Hold on
just
to it, maybe even make gains?
No, they're not going to make gains. I'm not Mary Madeline here, who was completely high the other day when she went on, or something, when she actually said Republicans could actually make gains. And it was just sort of like, whoa, come on. Let's deal at least even in a sugar-coated reality of, okay, Republicans aren't going to gain anything. Democrats are going to make gains. The question is, do they gain enough? Look, I think it's possible that maybe that there's something to all this polling. I'll say this. I think it's interesting that it's only coming from the right that we're hearing about, the weighting of polls and how get out the vote is better than people think it is. They're coming up with all these reasons to try to explain why they're behind.
But isn't that pretty much always the case? I mean, you're
for
always
whoever's losing. No, it's whoever's
losing.
losing. Yeah, whoever's losing says that.
Well, I mean, I think it's also part of the Republican mantra traditionally that polling is inaccurate and that
I remember Democrats in 02. No, but I remember Democrats in 02 kept saying, "Hey, don't forget 98. Everybody thought we were going to lose seats, and we actually gained." I remember Democrats doing the same thing at this point in time when they kept saying, "Don't forget 1998." Everybody misread that one.
Right.
They were trying to create doubt so people like us wouldn't go on there and say, "It's a whitewash, man.
Right.
Republicans got this thing in the bag."
All right, that does it for today's episode. Join us tomorrow and we'll hand you out our upset specials. Until then, I'm John Mercurio.
And I'm Chuck Todd. We'll see you next time on Hotline TV.